and Grant. Pre-show shenanigans. We're in a different space than last episode. Hopefully the audio quality is better, although I feel like there might be a little bit of an echo. Pre-show shenanigans today, Grant. I don't know if you saw this, but so the Indy 500s this week.
Mm-hmm.
Today is like the opening of the Indy 500 summit. And they race the Weiner-mobiles, the Oscar Mayer Weiner-mobiles, around the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, well, okay, so obviously, I mean, everybody knows Paul Blart, you know, his little mall cop, his whole, start your engines, Indy 500. Very American.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Very,
very American. Obviously, hot dogs. What's more American, though? The Indy 500 and the Oscar-mobile race? Joey Chestnut's 4th of July hot dogs. Both involving hot in some capacity.
Now, because I was just made aware of this in the hot dog race, Joey Jaws Chestnut, without doubt the most dominant performer in his individual craft in the history of Earth. Can we say that for any other GOAT of their craft?
Secretariat.
I'm not sure that, because other people have won triple crowns.
But all the horses this year that raced
when you think horse racing
were descendants of Secretariat. So it's still an ongoing legacy.
But also explain how its Secretariat's dad was the one who was produced.
Which I don't remember the names. I don't remember which episode.
Major something.
Yeah. Great, fantastic name.
Like Major, not Hall.
You start with Mage, though.
Major Hoss? No, it's too direct. It was the greatest name ever.
It's an elite.
Major.
No. It was better.
It was a great name. But we're gonna have to go with Jaws. When you think MLE, you think Joey Jaws Chestnut. When you think horse racing, Secretariat pops up. But MLE, Joey Jaws Chestnut is MLE. Like there is no MLE without Joey Jaws Chestnut. There's still horse racing without Secretariat because we're degenerate in country.
Like Phelps. Usain Bolt. Well, I know that
maybe, but Joey Jaws breaks his own world record every year.
Caitlin Clark.
That could be it.
That could be it.
That could be it. But Jaws, we know.
He's been through the
Jaws. Yeah, Jaws has defined a sport. Okay, I mean, the legacy he will leave. How do we even explain to our kids the dominance of Joey Jaws?
Just what does he? Like, do you ever retire in Major League Eating? Like, is there a retirement?
That's a damn. That may be a rare sport where, you age like 5. Experience is the number one. We may be breaking boundaries. That's something that we have to wait and see, and we'll find out every 4th of July when Jaws is out.
Well, unless Emily suspends him from participating.
Yeah, I mean, I do not co-sign at all. I didn't make this point clear. I do not co-sign the vegan impossible. What is it again? Shit. It's one of those.
It's like
it rolls off the tongue. It's a play on words on the not meat.
Yeah.
But it's that company, and we do not condone. We have made our point very, very clear. As long as Joey Jaws Chestnut is aligned with that sponsorship, he can be suspended from the 4th of July. We've made that point very clear. But the other point can still be true. He's still the GOAT. And the most goated GOAT is individual craft. And I say craft because I'm opening that up not just to sports. I open that up to all life.
Possibilities.
And still we're going with an F in this. We're still going with an F.
Yeah. I'm trying to like think widely right now about any other possible. Just you're taking it outside of sports, like what other people like Warren Buffett would Warren qualify there?
I don't know. I don't think so. If you were talking about popularity of billionaires, okay. Ooh, shit, might be tough right now. But yeah, now it's jobs. It's jobs. But I think you're going to drop. I need you to go like who's the best dream? Well, like go because if you go.
Well, I'll tell you who the best candidate is. You know, if you ever seen,
you gotta go small.
It's like TikTok. This guy who's all the gyms, he brings the mop around and he like says, like puts it down. It's like fine, lift.
Okay. You know what? This might be it. The greatest. Ooh, never mind. I was about to say Savannah Bananas. I think this entertainment team.
Well, WWE exists.
Well, the Harlem Globetrotters.
They also exist.
So no. Yeah, it's Jaws. It is Jaws. It's Joey Jaws chess. I mean, like the only thing else could be like I just saw household appliances, and that's why I thought this. Okay, so don't make fun of me. But I think Elmer's, because they're the goat of glue. Elmer's my.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Kleenex, that's a brand.
Okay.
Kleenex, everybody
calls it true, but I got Jacuzzi. You know Jacuzzi's a brand?
No. Whirlpool's a brand, I'm pretty sure.
Jacuzzi is a brand. It's called a hot tub, you idiots. It's called a hot tub, not a jacuzzi. Everyone says it's a jacuzzi. That might be it. That might be it. Can you name one other hot tub? Whirlpool?
I think it's like the same brand that makes bathtubs and stuff. I think.
Okay, but the fact that it's an I think
that's a
enough said. Okay,
non-confirmed.
It might be Jacuzzi and Kleenex.
Kleenex.
There's one other.
No, I know.
There's one other. Oh,
it's like on the tip of your tongue.
It's an everyday item. Shit. We're not.
It's not. It's gonna be the middle of the episode, and you'll be like, "God."
I promise it'll come by the end of these.
By the end of the summer.
At the end of these in-person episodes.
By the end of the summer.
Until then, we'll just be watching Dookie Bets together. But yeah, that's gonna be the free show. That for review. Oh, forgot. I can clack now. I'm not using that mic. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today's episode 316. Shout out Stone Cold. And you know what? I was about to say lot on the menu. Actually, the Halliburton game winner, or not game winner, but the Halliburton shot, Reggie Miller choke. That may be enough content to consider this a big episode. But that the Dodgers finally won a game. Nice to see.
Yeah, no, I just maybe I like brought in bad luck because I feel like the moment I arrived in Los Angeles,
you know what? That maybe something to look. Maybe the curse.
It's moved.
Well, not moved, but maybe like I'm the 10% of that curse.
Yeah, I'm worse than
and the auras.
But we do win every game that we've attended in one match, one with the action.
Well, that may be the sweetness of the curse, the sinister touch of the curse, making you feel like you get a little something out of it, even though you walk away a loser, big time. But I
mean, no, look, outside of the Halliburton stuff in the NBA conference finals, there is a decent amount to like actually talk about. We've got college football playoffs realignment. We've got
that was pretty good.
Tush Push stuff.
Yeah, you know what? I think we also have the list. You know what?
There is a list. I do have a list.
Can we get that list?
I do. I have a list of every team that
I think if I look at Tush.
I have the list of teams.
Go ahead.
Let's
see what you mean.
So these are all the teams that wanted to keep Tush Push. Okay. Eagles, right? Ravens.
Be funny if the Packers are.
They're not. Ravens want to. Browns. I don't know why. I guess you have something you can use Deshaun for. Is put
I think Deshaun could be an elite tush.
A pusher. Be a pusher.
A great tush pusher.
I mean, so could Harold, the new tight end.
I don't know. Big, but he's a big wide receiver, which is really sick. But
Lions, understandable a little bit. You get Panay back there,
but with Jared Goff would trip over his feet.
Well, they have Penny.
I don't know.
He's big guy.
You want a stout Jalen Hurts build. You want a low center, low axe for the tush.
Yeah. So currently, we don't have an idea of why two of these.
Yeah, we can't. Maybe let's go over some
Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that one either.
Maybe Travis Hunter taking the push. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe Brunson. Maybe Brunson's
All right.
Dolphins. Who am I getting? Kentucky.
There's no way in hell they're ever took this.
Patriots. That sounds like Mike Vrabel. Yeah, I could see that with Mike Vrabel.
I 100% could see it, but I could actually
also just even if they don't use it from a football perspective.
My
he's
with Vrabel though is he will always find a way to minimize fumbles, and I think there's less fumbles in a tush push than your quarterback trying to reach it.
Probably.
So yeah, makes sense.
Saints.
Okay.
Jets. They have one. And
the Jets' best offense just run and read off.
And the Titans.
Yeah, there's no way Cam Ward's tush pushing, but
so I'm sure some of these are just on the basis of they're we don't want to change the game that much, and the Packers ban off.
That could be it. I'm going deep. Maybe some of these teams, the Titans, for example, are not. So maybe the Titans want the Eagles to be dominant.
It would make more sense for an NFC team to do that.
I know, but I'm thinking draft pick wise is maybe they're trying to screw the Giants. I don't know. I don't know. The cogs are turning. I'm trying to go deep.
But that would screw the Giants. That'd be helpful for the Giants. The Giants suck, so they would be getting
okay. They don't want to shot this. Why?
From the Titans.
But hey, I tried water boy. I tried water boys.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of it kind of makes sense in the basis. Just we don't change the game that much. The Packers rule change would have brought it back 2005. So they're wow, that's too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a lot of these teams Eagles make sense. The rest of them, I don't know if a single one of these teams really have used it.
Yeah, Dodgers Master Center rain delay. We are watching.
Yeah,
it is quite literally raining cats and dogs. They might be in a storm right now. What did I just?
It's more like a monsoon over there.
Yeah, I was purposely not trying to use any type of big natural disaster language. But hey,
I actually.
Okay. No. You have. When I just clear.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't going to say.
But overall, the band felt it was too.
This actually a great. We got a bunch of Dodger legends. First shot, great flow. Great flow in the dugout. Freddie when Freddie takes his helmet off immediately while his hair is still a little stiff, he does look like an artist. He looks like that video game character, Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
that's what he looks like.
Have you seen Surf's Up, the paints? So okay,
I've seen Surf's Up.
Love that movie. I just have to ask. Yeah, it's clarifying.
That's part of the writer.
No, absolutely, but it's one of the best.
Everyone in the BEP generation.
But
I love making random acts. He's got another one to delineate sometimes.
But the guy who like runs the whole competition has that same spike.
The macaroni type.
No, the spike.
I know. Yes.
But the Tush Push fell 2 votes short. So 2 teams, and 2 of those teams had voted for the Tush Push.
Yeah, you know, I'm also like, you know, I'm a fan. Keep the Tush Push in.
I just think, like we said,
I think it's funny.
Change the time, like change how the whistle works. So
Yeah, the problem is the whistle.
But another kind of NFL-based thing that we didn't talk about, I think it had come out my last episode when you talking about it, is the flag football Olympic thing. And I did see another post before. I know you have an opinion on this. I did see a post that was just like, does Tom Brady have to come out of retirement now to get a gold medal in the Olympics? Like really, like
actually, that's a really, really good point. I didn't even think about what this means for his legacy.
No, like
I didn't even consider what the Olympics is.
If I was Tom Brady, that's like the one thing now.
That's a good. And it's flag football. Objectively speaking, if we're talking, we want to win it. The quarterback of that flag football team will be Lamar Jackson. And if he were to somehow be hurt, it would probably be.
It'd be that short dude that actually plays flag football.
Oh my God. I know you're talking about, but it would either be Lamar Jackson, if not him, then it would either be DJ Lagway or it would be Jalen Milroe. Okay, Kyler could do it too, but
Jalen Milroe. The problem is Jalen Milroe can't throw a ball.
No, that's fine. It's all
about Kyler Murray, and maybe because he's short and nimble. Like I played flag football this past. Bro. Hey, so I played flag football this past spring, and for me, the guys that were like shorter.
Oh yeah, no.
Much more difficult to pull their flags.
Oh yeah. Still, Lamar Jackson.
No, he is the number one.
Yeah.
Definitely first.
Like I also saw some posts, and it's essentially year 2 to year 4 NFL players that are fast is who they pick, and this is in 3 years.
Come out of retirement.
No, but this in 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Devon
H. Hand's ACL is going to be shot by them. Okay, he's not going to be playing. The running back for it is he's currently a junior in high school, or about to be a freshman. It's either year 1 or 2.
Yeah, it probably will. Maybe argue maybe.
Yeah, but like
nobody in their second contract.
The only thing that matters is speed. That is the only thing that matters here. So yeah. But,
like I'm trying to think like who currently would be like it has to be first year.
Yeah, and also there were some players on there like Jamar Chase. I could see the Bengals being like.
It would be
worse than a 9.
It would be very funny to see Jamar Chase 10% like lining up against like Norwegian players.
Yeah, imagine a Croatian. Like just any like Central Eastern Europe.
I'm just trying to think like how many like I guess the next best team would probably be in Canada, right?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm just saying like they have the CFL plus Canadian.
Potentially, I have 0 clue. Like, would they like 4 countries?
They'll teach people how to play.
Okay, yeah. You know what? And okay, actually. If they could do that breakdancing shit with a ray gun, they could do flags.
Okay. Yeah. Also, like
there's footballs.
Yeah. Also,
not big.
The NFL plays be static, or because they haven't tried to get on. And now, like this is going to be on a global.
Yeah, no, it's cool for the NFL. We are. Just like, well, that was a large, major step closer to the Super Bowl we played in,
which is the worst thing.
And that's happening within the deck. Mark my word.
That's like the worst thing. It is because
I like
the average NFL fan. They can't The average, but I think the average NFL fan can't fly to fly.
Oh hell no, the Super Bowl's already expensive, but
Yeah.
it's a road game. Maybe it works. Maybe we're all idiots. 25 years. There's a pipeline from London to Pittsburgh or London to what if for the new training ground for like D line to Alabama is just from Bournemouth, England.
Well, I was gonna say it's gonna be some Polynesian country, but
I was trying to think what could English people play, and my only answer is just fat boys. Hopefully that are 300 pounders D line. That's like they can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
So
we kickers, punters.
Excellent. We've already okay. The Australian
Australia does
the average Australian punter in college is 26.
Yeah. They're like just coming in. They're like,
I think Ohio State right now. We got a redshirt freshman, 26.
Yeah, our Tulane's punter just hit the portal, but we had a guy from Australia last year, and he was like 20.
Oh,
we just I don't know how we got him, but he's on the coast.
Yeah,
I think he's now in.
Yeah, shout out our Aussies. Any more NFL?
Not only NFL, there's college football.
Yeah, college football. New playoff format seeding now, base 1 through 12. Still buys to the conference champs, which is I still think should exist. Like they should still have not buys, but auto bids in the tournament. I still believe that they should. Yeah. But the seeding. Come on, what are we talking about? But then everyone's like, oh, look at Arizona State. All right, I get it. Texas wasn't bad, but I know. But this is the right direction. And as the Ohio State, I'm just thinking how this will lead me to have more Rose Bowls. Only thing I can think, because the seeding would still, I believe this is true. How they determine where the quarterfinal games are played, they will ask the 4 teams with buys, like, where do you want, based in order. So the 1 seed, they'll ask of the 4 spots, where do you want to play?
Like
that will always be an SEC team, and they will always pick Sugar or shit. They will always pick that, or if it's Texas, they'll pick. But they'll always pick.
Are they still rotating?
I think they're.
I think they rotate.
Of those, the only of the New Year's 6 bowl games, the only one that is quarterfinal every single year, no matter what, is the Rose.
Yeah,
because they need to play it on January 1st for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
the worst traffic of all time. It's the Rose Bowl leading up to the Rose Bowl. Took us 1 hour to go, 0.8 miles.
Yeah, I don't know what would I don't know
the worst traffic
to do. You have to leave probably the morning and just spend the entire day out there.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. That. That was genuinely the worst driving experience I've had this year, and I've had some bad ones already. But that's all I could think about. How this leads to me getting more Rose Bowls, but forget that. Waterboy faith. Now the SEC, no. Last year Oregon still confirmed once. Not every year, but Big Ten SEC champ are going to be 1 and 2. Pretty much every single year moving forward.
Yeah.
And I think next year they're already going to expand to 14 or 16.
This immediate next season or next year?
Next season, because I believe that's when the contract is. This season and last season were signed through 12 team, but in the future, this hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure I saw a proposal where the Big Ten and the SEC have 4 guaranteed teams in the 16-team playoff. But also, extension of that, they are removing conference championship weekend, Big Ten SEC. They're getting rid of it, and instead, the 4th and 5th ranked teams play in to be the 4th Big Ten SEC team in the playoff.
I mean, that feels like,
because at the end of the day, winning conference championship or not, like,
look, this is my opinion. First of all, in the grand scheme of things, is that what makes the most sense? Yes, like that is what
I don't think the line is doing that.
No, but
I
in the
would be entertaining game.
in the grand scheme, like, why the fuck would I play in a conference championship if I'm already playing in the playoffs? Like, I want to take a dive at that point. Like,
Yeah.
Play my guys.
Not
and then you have more value the fact that there's 5-6 teams, like that determines which one of them is going to get into. Like, that is the game. That's like actually matters.
Yeah.
The only caveat to that is like having a conference championship and like getting the ring for that and like calling yourself the conference champions, like I think does carry a lot of like, you know, like it's just like a tradition thing, and it's like,
well, it's pretty recent to be honest.
No, I know, but like from a tradition, like more so, I'm saying like in the sense that you're claiming yourself as like the best team in the conference, and it's kind of how like the modern playoffs perform. And for somebody like me, like obviously we're talking Big Ten, you're not to like American conference.
No, yeah, this is just Big
no,
Ten.
I know. No, like me, and I know that was my perspective. Like the conference game carried a lot of weight. Like it carries a lot of weight for somebody like us. And like I don't know if the people in the Big Ten, the players, the staff, whoever, you know, feel the same way. But like I still want to play in it, just to be able to say that I'm a champion.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
But like I said, like you know, it makes the most sense to drop that in favor of like playing games.
Yeah, no. Like what you're saying makes sense, but it's like Lane Kiffin is sitting there, and I bet he's the one in the SEC like coaches meeting. I bet it was Lane Kiffin who's sitting there just like, yeah, I mean bullshit. Like why not just like a playing game? So like when you go to the 5 seed, chase back.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's the type of coach
I just like
I think is what.
Here's the thing, like, should there still be a playoff game if like the difference in those two records?
Hey, we
like,
can still keep the conference championship game and have a plan.
No, I know. But
make the networks really happy. Oh shit!
That's definitely what we're gonna do for some money. But
Everett, what the hell? Okay, I was thinking about how to replace the conference championship game. No. Let's keep that and add this playing game because that's also a really good idea. But we're not getting rid of the game.
No,
the hell's wrong with you?
It'll also be like he's not gonna do that. Let's do the conference championship like on a Saturday, Sunday, and then just throw that game.
Shit, yeah. Or it'd be like the Friday. No, they couldn't do the Friday. They can't. They don't have to.
What if you made?
Well, I guess it's just 2.
Well, here's the thing. Like
it's just 2 games.
Just made like the same day. So like Fridays are like SEC and Big Ten. Like that's it. They're like I guess we're only talking. We're only talking. I forgot we were talking about just the Big Ten and just the SEC.
Yeah.
So like
it's just 2 games.
But I'm saying Saturday you just make Saturday Big Ten day. Sunday you just make SEC. And then you'll have like the other random.
Well, they. I don't know, Everett. What are we
forgetting to say? So Friday.
This guy wants to compete with the national football.
Forgot that it's late in season.
You're gonna get squashed like a bug if you try to compete.
But
last
year they
didn't have Tennessee Ole Miss playing game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are suiting it up with the Arizona Cardinals.
Last year,
sit your ass down.
I think they had,
and they certainly didn't.
But
certainly, you're not gonna do.
Yeah, no, I think long term like that does make a lot of sense. I also think that as long like I don't care how you reshuffle any of the seeding, how many teams you let in, as long as it's G5 teams. Anything else?
I think they're still going to keep it. If it's a 16-team field, if it goes to 16-team field, and the G5 is the 16th seed, and you gotta go as the number 1 team.
Well, I also think if it goes to 16 teams, there's a non-zero chance they just make one or two of those an additional bid, which means G5 team. So like you could have an auto bid and then an additional G5 team if they do well.
There may be some years where that could occur.
Well, like that's the point. Is it's not like it's going to happen every year, but like it does mean that like for the most part it means the conference will get it. But if there's a G5 team that's really doing really really well, and you have another G5 team that's also doing well, both of them would get in over.
Well, I'd say the five seed in the SEC. I feel they might deserve that spot. We'll see how big these conferences get.
I mean, we're talking. I mean, it is like 16 teams here. Like, there's a chance that there would already be 5. So, like, we were talking about the 6th SEC.
Yeah, and I believe they have 16 conferences. 16? Is that how many? I don't know.
I don't know, something like that now.
It's a big number. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how these college football playoff rankings are gonna now change a little bit. Because like last year, I'd still imagine they were trying to get some matchups. Like I think they wanted Ohio State, Oregon, Rose Bowl, and they were like, "We're gonna make sure Ohio State's the 8th seed in this bracket, so they're in Rose Bowl." Like I think they like have that, but yeah, I am more interested though next season when it expands and what they do with conference auto bids. I might be able to quickly.
I mean, maybe it's at a minimum probably 2 per like big major conference. So, and I mean, obviously different between majors and otherwise. So, but I don't know. Like, what does it say?
Trying to find it. Did not pop up immediately, so I'm put this much time on it. Okay. 4 auto bids, SEC and Big Ten. 2 auto bids for ACC. And I'm assuming.
Hey, I will. I'm reporting some Ohio State news here for
you. Okay.
Apparently, Caleb Downs told Ryan Day to take down the national championship signs inside the facility because
Did you say this was breaking news?
No, I said
Okay. Yeah.
Because Ohio State.
But great point. And you know what? To be honest, this is how I started. I was eating my yellow play for breakfast. It came across some a Caleb Downs clip. And this is what I think for now. I'm thinking next NFL draft. All right, forget it, Ohio State Caleb Downs. I think because he's a safety, he's not going to go top 5. No, like I don't know. I'm trying to still hype him up, but I think like realistically, he's probably going to go like 11 to 15. I don't think he'll go 15. That's pretty. But
like 12.
I think like 11 to 12. If he's on the clock, 13 game. 13 wins. I think.
Yeah. Who is the highest drafted safety?
The one I could remember recently, like Jamal Adams or Durham.
But that Derwin was mid-teens.
Yeah. Only one safety top 5, Sean Taylor.
Really, that's it?
I thought this one Jamal Adams.
No, I think Jamal Adams was outside top
10. 6.
Oh,
I didn't put Jamal Adams there, but like.
Well, so that didn't work.
Oh. No, you shouldn't be or drafting them that high. I do think though, like the Caleb Downs situation, like what we were thinking about Will Johnson until Jim Harbaugh confirmed that they were cheating and knew the other place by not drafting him. I think Caleb Downs is just gonna go to like the 9th or something there, and they just.
Well, let's be honest. Now that Brock Purdy's got a contract here, that team.
Oh yeah, no,
No bueno.
no, I know, but I'm just talking for Caleb Downs. Like, I think he's just gonna get drafted by like a stable franchise. You know what? I'm even gonna say this. Even if he went to the Miami Dolphins, you know,
Grant, you know where he's gonna go.
he's not situated.
You know where he's gonna go. The Seattle Seahawks draft.
I would love.
The Seattle Seahawks.
I would love that. I would love that. I think it'd be sick.
I don't think that they're going to be that. Like, it makes sense.
I also
think have like a mid 10.
I also think it'd be really, really sick if he went to the Colts, so he could bring his brother Josh Downs as his receiver.
Yeah, they just signed Cam Bynum.
This Caleb Downs play it.
No, I know, but like they have two safeties right now. I doubt that the team like slot.
You know, he could do it all right. It's like Kyle, right? But
I'm trying to think.
I think he's just gonna get a pretty nice.
I'm just trying to think like what other teams might be around that like mid-team, like as of this point in time.
Cardinals. So if the Panthers are picking that range, they did pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. I think
so. Do we think we could?
I think they could do better this year.
Okay, I think they could do better. But I don't know. Okay.
Like pick 12?
That's what? 6 wins is top.
5, 6 wins. 6 wins.
5 wins are like pick 6. Yeah.
No, there's sometimes a lot of ties that like push you.
But I mean,
say like 6, 7, 6 wins.
Yeah.
Probably 6 wins, like right outside. Maybe 7.
Like,
I think the year the Vikings.
You know, I think this might be easier. Let's go with the teams that were bad last year. They're going to stay. The Cleveland Browns are going to stay.
They're like really. Like that's like a top 3 pick.
Yeah, Cleveland's going to stay up there. Tennessee's going to stay up there. Patriots are going to improve.
Patriots will improve. Dolphins will be bad.
Okay. We'll jump on. Who's the third pick?
This past year?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to see who's the Patriots?
Oh yeah, no, they're good. Okay. 4th pick.
No, yeah.
Fourth pick.
Raiders. The Raiders. No, Raiders were 5. 6. Hold on. I'm about
4th pick.
I'm about 4. Because I'm like going off the dome. I'm not ready for this right now. It's not ready. 3rd pick was Giants. 4th pick was
all right. Giants man move a bit. Okay, yeah. Giants go up a bit.
Jets will be bad. Jets will be bad. Saints will be bad.
Saints.
Colts will be bad. I think the Bucs will still be mid. Seattle will be mid.
Damn, shit on Donald already. Top 5.
He left my team. He's gone.
Dead to you now. All right. So remember that any future guys thinking about Minnesota, remember how they treat you.
Remember
how in LA, I'm so glad to choose us.
Remember how they treat you when you leave. We still praise Case Keenum whenever he's around.
That's one.
Stephon Diggs.
I think
Adam Thielen.
Well, you're like legends.
Dalvin Cook, Toby Gerhart.
You're talking legends. I'm talking Toby Gerhart, not a legend. Legend. Yes.
Case Keenum's not a legend.
He's a Vikings legend.
Okay, Sam Darnold kind of being the same, but he got us a 14 record.
But that's not the same. Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah, you're asking for non-legends now, Josh.
But that's black. You that on the Pasternauts playing ability on the podcast. I don't want to hear it. You like him emotionally as the Passernaut. You do not like Josh Dobbs, the football player. Don't try to act like you do. The guy who interviewed Stephon Diggs in that clip.
Is it Brian? I think it's Brian. Yeah,
Brian. Okay, so that guy didn't quite stick.
Well, no, I was just saying like Brian Robinson also.
I haven't played it.
Brian Robinson also like the Commanders running back. I was trying to remember the picture.
Oh, many men, yeah, and two. But yeah.
Everything Griffin.
Yeah, Linval Joseph specifically
with the
sunglasses and
Kevin Williams, Floyd.
You see, I know some. I know some. I know some.
Thunder Bucket. Thunder Bucket was a legend too.
Yeah, I mean, while you're bringing this up, the number one like non-star Ohio State guy I can think of right now that I always love is Tracy Sprinkle, former backup nose tackle. He was like 340, 6 foot flat. Oh, straight bowling. Okay, no. Wrecking. We're going up to my bumping.
No, that's a
wide ball. Wide ball. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's the type of guy where when he's jogging down the field, you're really consistent.
Yeah, what was the name of the Florida guy? Watson, right? Watson's last name?
Desmond Watson. Desmond Watson. That guy, I'm concerned. No confirmation. This is rumors, so take it with a grain of salt.
I'll be honest, the Bucs play. We want you as physically large as possible.
Now, to me, it's too big. To me, it's too big.
Yeah, that single-handedly might. Hey, you know what?
I'm sorry.
Real quick.
Are you reading what I'm?
Real quick. Remember when we did the list for who we'd want when we take on the Bear?
No.
Right. Get him on. Desmond Watson on the team. On the team.
When you look Desmond Watson up on Wikipedia, I can't trust everything. When you're looking at his age, it says born 2002 or 2003. No
not
date.
Confirmed.
No date. 02 or 03.
You go on ESPN, does have it like that.
I feel like the best way to do this is look up his Florida Gators. Would it have it on the college?
No, but I think ESPN will have it on his NFL.
I hope they don't have it. I really hope just nothing. With the
go to Maya. They don't have it.
Okay.
How old is Desmond Watson?
Search right now.
Oh. Did the Bucs have it? The Bucs probably have to have it.
June 15, 03. Wait. This can be a random basketball.
There's no way he played basketball. That's not him. That's
would you not have
that's you close the whole tab.
Yeah, no. We're keeping us in the dark. Oh, that's great. Flapping out.
That's what dude, it's crazy. The NFL doesn't even know how old this guy.
Yeah, he's that's I feel like when you are talking about football to a European, that's the big thing. They think everyone is
him or like I'm trying to think like a Peyton Manning on like the opposite side. Like
for a quarterback, they're like Tom Brady.
I guess that's more self-explanatory.
Tom Brady. Yeah, they don't.
That's more self-explanatory.
There's no way Europeans are doing it.
That's like more. That's more. I was just thinking.
All right, click one up, and on will bring up go to quarterbacks. I was thinking this. Barring Secretary itself. Is the greatest name in all of sports Joe Montana? I mean, what a name. Joe Montana. That sounds like a movie. I mean, what are we talking about? Joe Montana.
There's another name, and it's a guy currently on another team. I can't remember what it is.
Michael Jordan, NJ is sick, so
let's just go to the college football names. Like
we got Pig Cage. We got Rowdy and Rocky Beers. We have Argos Ability.
We have Argos, Tulane Boys, Fat and Deuce Watts.
I mean, Fat Watts on the Peach, like Family Guy. What are we talking about? Like that's in the Hall of Fame. Also somebody on my horizontal list. Shit. Let me try to remember. It was one of this.
Joe for a quarterback.
I'm sorry, I got to find
for a quarterback.
I mean, just Joe Montana. That has to be someone wrote that. That can't be a real name. Joe Montana. That's like the most movie name ever. Starting quarterback for like the first 4 times Super Bowl.
Yeah, Joe Montana. Yeah.
I mean, like I was just thinking about it. I forget what prompted this. I was like, that's the greatest name.
Yeah, I think for the scale and like the position,
Just how Joe Montana.
that it literally sounds like what they
He just going to be sick at whatever.
It could have been an election. It's the script they make for like a 1970s like
cowboy movie.
Like sport movie.
No, yeah, starring Scott Ham's dad.
Like I'm totally envisioning like the fucking like sports, like the song like they're going through the fields, like almost like Field of Dream vibes coming out. No, yeah, Montana.
I'm thinking like right at the era where they're transitioning to politics.
yeah. I'm thinking like that really grainy,
like a classy.
Right when it's like I'm thinking like Wizard of Oz.
I'm thinking slightly later. Maybe like a sepia. You know that?
Yeah, like
yeah. You know, I'm thinking that I'm thinking of this.
I'm thinking like the camera color tone of the original top. That's like what I'm thinking. Like specifically the beach.
Yeah,
like volleyball same color.
But yeah, that's the vibe.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this and thinking about how this might be the worst finals of all time, given the current state.
Yeah, no, it's not great for the NBA. They really, really need a Lakers
set. But also like currently, like I mean, I could be wrong, but currently the best, like for viewership's sake, is watching a product. It's probably Timberwolves and Knicks. It's really bad, but like product-wise, that is the best thing, and they're both probably going to.
And Everett, I don't want to bring it up. Luka is the one who brings this up, but you guys send a Yankee fan. Who do we want first round? Minnesota. Like I'm pretty sure
the Twins would not be.
I'm like never one of them.
You're also thinking
I know.
If Luis Arraez scores, like obviously the Joe Robbins stand, but that's the Joe Robbins.
What Minnesota?
No, dude.
Legacy.
The outside of the NFL, I believe like New York owns.
Jimmy Vikings Giants. So
playoffs.
Oh, that was recent. Forget that.
Huh?
Well,
yeah, playoffs 2 years ago. Yeah,
that you made them get. We've already.
That was mind game, but also like we played them last. We beat them out last year, like first game regular season, game pick 6.
Okay.
Outside of that, like New York kind of owns Minnesota sports. Liberty WNBA finals last year. Liberty Minnesota links, and I mean it's kind of difficult to win when the commissioner walks in wearing a New York blazer. That might make it a little bit complicated.
Yeah, no, that can definitely add a wrench into the mix.
Adam Silver would never.
Yeah, but anyway, we're capping off here with the little NBA.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I love NBA players. Shout out David Stern, he saw the vision. I love the NBA because the players. They're the most popular individual athletes in America. NBA superstars. They're the most popular individual for any league.
Yeah, no, probably on average. Yes.
Look up D'Angelo Russell's. Your job will be on the floor. Like role players in the NBA have just ridiculous.
Put them in there.
But role players are massive in the NBA. And it's the players that I love. And Halliburton doing the Reggie Miller choke made me love the NBA. I'm back. I'm back in.
I will say the Western Conference rules are unwatchable. Unwatchable. I mean, you can't breathe on Shea.
Yeah, no, it is ridiculous, the foul baiting. He has officially taken over James Harden.
And Luke was really bad last year.
Yeah, no, hey, Luke is very bad. James Harden was still always culprit number one. That has been handled for sure.
And it's worse because he won MVP.
Yeah, no, just one MVP. Another thing, I just saw this. I gotta bring it up, but I did just see Sean's tweet. The All NBA team has been released. All NBA first team.
Shai.
Well, obviously, he won MVP. Of course, he's on it. Shai, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and remember, there's no positions in
right,
and they're ranked.
Right.
So that was ranked. Like Shai got most votes, then you get like this MVP stuff.
Yeah.
Shai won, Jokic 2, Giannis, Tatum and Mitchell don't necessarily agree with. You know what? Now, Cavs season, I get that. Okay, I get one.
We're best record in the NBA.
Second. Yeah, no. Cavs actually, spy they deserve it. Okay. Jalen Brunson, second team. Steph, Ant, LeBron, Evan-Mobley.
Okay.
Third team. Hayden, Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jalen Williams. That is small Jalen. In case anyone thought big Jalen Williams got an All-NBA, there's no way. But no Luka on it. He didn't. Embiid didn't qualify. That's.
I honestly don't even know if Embiid would have made it even if he did qualify. Yeah,
I genuinely have no idea. But I guess the.
But okay, I also saw this, by the way. I saw somebody posted it's like 12 more MVPs or something have had more fouls than Shai in their MVP seasons. And it's like, okay, the point is not fouls themselves, it's the point of how you're getting it.
Oh, yeah,
like it's not that it's like, oh my god, he's been getting so many fouls. It's that he's been getting these fouls that are atrocious.
No, the thing is, it's like he's claiming there's not. He'll just flail his arms and shit.
I mean, everybody like it's
and eventually the refs are gonna call.
Look, it's not like he doesn't get fouled. Like he doesn't actually get fouled. But like here's the other thing. Because of the player, so I see all these OKC fans on Twitter, and they're like, "Well, this is about like all these Timberwolves fans, bitching like." Like they're showing like, okay, yeah, there's gonna be 3 legitimate foul game where he's getting like slapped and swiped. But then you see the dichotomy that they don't address, where it's just like the video of him where he's like making all the facial expressions, not getting touched and falling to the ground.
There's like plays where he's just driving and like in his mind he's like, hey, smart on him, but smart play is to bait for like.
Well, like, do they give out texts for flopping or anything like that in the NBA? Because I'm like,
I think they do, but
it's clearly they don't. But I am thinking about it more. So
yeah, I think
like in soccer, because how egregious it got and all that stuff. Like, you get carded.
Well, kind of. Usually, like to be honest, in soccer, still like to get calls, you still need to flop.
No, you do, but like it's more so like it's not as egregious as it was. Like if I'm making contact, and you're not just like I legitimately walk in front of you and dive to the person, which is kind of what Neymar was doing at one point, and now it's what Shai's doing in basketball. Like that's really like the closest comparison.
Yeah, no, it literally seems though like the Thunder play call is like literally pick and roll, drive, and foul. Like it seems like that is the design.
I do legitimately think that if the Thunder win the finals this year, which they will, it is the
I think the Thunder are going to win.
It is the worst possible outcome for the NBA. Even if the Pacers
actually, you're so 100% right because this is the future of that.
It's more so like look, like from a quality perspective, yeah, if the Pacers win, that's the worst possible team that could probably win the NBA finals. But the bigger thing is like if OKC wins, it's basically giving a green light for the quality of play.
Okay,
so every team is gonna try to replicate.
This is the future Oklahoma City Thunder graphics. I'm just going to tell you the firsts. They have pick 15 this year from Miami. Pick 24 from the Chargers. Shout out playoff Pete. 2026, they have Philly and Utah. Philly's projected a top 4.
Well, in 2026, they have their own Philly.
Well, no. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They also have their own, but they have Philly, which is projected top 4 pick. Utah, projected top 8 pick, and their own. 2027. Clippers swap. They have Denver, which is a projected top 5 pick in 2027.
Texas.
Much
bigger than projected.
Holy shit. I was I'm reading it so long. These are all protected. That does change things. But the year after it was good. Still.
3 seconds in 2028, and that's, I think, oh, no, still going.
Yeah, 2028 first, 2 first in 2029, and then thank goodness it stopped. But they have a lot, I also think. Pretty sure Houston has a lot, if I remember correctly. I think Brooklyn also does, but they don't really have it. Yeah, they...
Not OKC. You had to scroll multiple pages.
Yeah, OKC is a long scroll. Not as much Houston, but what I've been hearing is Giannis, he hasn't requested it, but Giannis might get traded this offseason and shit. Anything is possible at this point in the NBA with that trade. So anything is possible. For Giannis to get traded, I think worst case bad for the NBA is the Thunder trade. Oh no. You cannot let Giannis go.
What do you think Adam Silver was going to be like?
I think that'd be one where he would trust. But Houston, I think Adam Silver could get on board with that. Because relatively big enough market. Houston has some history, but you just want to get Giannis to a spot and like
he's telling you so.
Build up a franchise.
He's telling us.
Yeah. Well, Jokic is free. And
I don't know if actually him and Luka might match really well.
They love each other.
Yeah.
They love each other.
Yeah.
And
how old is Jokic right now?
30 right
now. How old do you guys create?
Let's quick Waterboy math it.
Yeah.
Through 26, 27, player option year after, which he will decline.
So let's say 20. So
27.
He's
2 years.
So
32. And he signed to a 4-year deal. And hey, he's already unathletic. All of it's skill shit. Like
I would just be concerned that unathletic means that his body.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be.
But like at least like 2 years.
Yeah, but then you could get into the same problem where you're concerned that like the Lakers are gonna be similar issues where they got with LeBron, where they don't have money to like.
Yeah, we'll see. Shit, maybe the NBA is like 20% salary cap increase for Lakers. You get a third round. Hey, don't put it past them.
Reeves will still be on the team then.
Ooh, I'm calling it right now. Gotta get him up out of here. To be the third option on the Lakers, he's one of the best third options in the league, but he couldn't score for shit in the playoffs. And he's the third option. You're not going to keep him long term. He's on a really good contract for his value, what he produces, and he's also atrocious. So we need defense. Okay?
Yeah, with Luka.
So yeah. Like, hey, Jokic comes too. Boy,
everybody else needs to be defensive.
Yes.
Everybody else.
Like,
what about Marcus Smart's up?
Oh no, too old. Like, I'm talking like find a way to get these on. You need to find one of these 6'8", 7'2" wingspan 23-year-olds who can literally cover. I mean, they're stars.
I know exactly
defense.
What you're referring to.
Jaden McDaniels, my God. Like
No, you're not told to exactly what you're
I need one of these wings that weighs like 205, 210. He has never lifted a weight over 25 pounds. He does jazzers. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 205. You got a 7'1" wingspan. You are 6'8" on the dot.
Yeah.
You whack threes when you get those. You whack your threes when you get them. That's what we want. That's what the NBA is. And when we were talking about the draft, the Flags only one, but Spurs got two. We already got two really good guards, Fox and Castle. Don't take Ace Bailey because he's the next 6'9", 7 wingspan, 3.
The wacky inflatable flailing arm man.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's actually what when they poke away or get a spot or intercept or pass. Like,
yeah.
That's what's going on. Yeah, but it's like that is the prototypical NBA.
Yeah.
You're literally 205. Like on a BMI chart, you are severely underweight. That's what I'm looking for in the NBA. Yeah, like you are severely underweight on the BMI chart. I mean, 6'9", 210. That's
oh no.
They're world class athletes, and they need to be that shape. Like what?
It's kind of funny. Like that's the
complete 2'6".
That's like the complete inverse. No, we want you.
Okay, another. We'll end on this and everyone off. And in case anyone's ever confused by this is why former NFL skill players put on weight, and former linemen lose weight. I forget which lineman said this. It's not Robert. He's so like that. Well, he's still big. Like it's a guy who's unrecognizable.
Joe Thomas. Probably Joe Thomas.
I think that's it. But Joe Thomas will say it's that. He was explaining that for a majority of his NFL or just football career, eating was a job. He like literally had to eat a certain number of calories a day to maintain his weight. Because, hey, Dr. Everett here, you know better than me, but the bigger a guy, the easier it is to lose weight.
I mean, it's person by person.
It's all genetics, folks.
No, it really is.
But the NFL linemen, like, it is a job for them to eat. But the second an NFL lineman retires, it's no longer their job to eat. But that NFL lineman will still be working out. They will. Yeah. Okay. I'm saying a lot, though. Like, a lot will, like, still work out relatively, or just by not eating what you had to maintain 330, you're going to lose weight naturally. But the average NFL wide receiver, when they retire, they don't stop. They still eat what they're eating. And depending on the guy, let's look at Keyshawn Johnson, for example. He may turn to the cheeseburgers or the gym.
Yeah.
But there's obviously many.
I'll be honest.
Chris Carter looks great.
In this current day,
Randy looks
look. I'll say
like
Keyshawn Johnson doesn't even like he doesn't.
I didn't say that.
No, but that's the thing. Like now, thinking like this guy played wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah. It's the same thing with Kendrick Perkins too. I'm like, this guy played basketball.
I think
he's a little bit different, but
I would have a quick explanation for basketball players. But like, I had no idea Charles Barkley played in the NBA until I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. I thought he was just the funniest guy on TV, and the reason why is because a majority of the time to see Charles Barkley, it's just his. I have no idea how tall he is. If it's just a headshot, I have no idea how tall he is. And I think Kendrick Perkins, unfortunately, to fall in that category, you don't realize. You just see his face. He doesn't look.
No, very true.
His face doesn't look like he's 7'4". That's something I've heard recently on Pardon My Take, where Jerry O'Connell, you just see his face. He presents like he's 5'6". 6'1". He looks like he's 5'7" if you just look at his face. He's 6'1", but he has a short guy face.
Yeah, and there's some other guys that have like that are short that's tall.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's a big phenomenon. How on Zoom you just see face, you have no idea how tall. You have no idea how tall they are.
Yeah, that's a question for waterway faithful is how tall they think.
Yes, heights.
It's our heights. That's the next thing.
That could be a fun little game. But we've been, you know what? It's fine. You know what? Because we're a little, I got one quick thing. Yeah. On the Dodgers. Dodger baseball is about to go into the New York stretch. We have 7 straight days of New York. No off days. And I also, no, that's at home.
Next week is at home.
Yeah, but if there's one thing we remember from playing New York last year, and maybe it kicks up more in the fall, but the curveballs move different in New York. Night games, I don't know what, but things break more in New York.
To be fair, it's also like last year was kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's fall. I remember hearing that. That was a big talk point on the pod. Walker.
And Young.
So yeah, him too. Like on a stat pitch spin wise, best spin all year was that night. Those 2 starts in New York when the wind was crazy. But that's one to look out for. And because we have just trash cans pitching, like there's a chance Ben Casparius might make every pitching nerd like pass this weekend with the spin he's about to play in New York. You might have pitching nerds passing out, like reporting him online for like grossness. Ooh, but
no, yeah. I mean, we'll see. It's New York this weekend, LA next weekend. I'm pretty sure, and
yeah, LA all week.
Yeah,
we got like a Monday through Sunday. Yeah. Mets, Yankees back to back, and hopefully we'll try to get Waterboy. Do we have to eat? You've seen the jumbo, right?
You mean the boomstick? I had a boomstick at the Rangers. Yeah.
Okay.
So I personally
I'm talking not the Giant.
No, I am talking the Giant. No. You have one boomstick's good for life. So I've had my boomstick. That's on you, buddy.
Is that
your broomstick?
Is that the unit?
One
boomstick for life? And what requirement does that give us?
Well, the boomstick takes years off your life, so that's why it's it removes years of your life. So that's why that's
covers something.
One boomstick for life.
Yes, not a unit of measurement. That's
it. Quite literally.
Limit quota max. No more.
No, if you OD on the boomstick, how funny you will with that.
They just like add some rule now with the facial scanners. So we may get to a point where they'll have you facially scanned and
it comes up boomstick.
At a boomstick, not
no longer available. We might need to do at least one food.
Yeah. So we're gonna have this. I heard this recently from the greatest mind in sports. I heard this recently from the greatest mind in sports, Stephen Shea, who has never watched baseball. He's watching baseball for the first time. And as a pretty big baseball fan, I think it's really fun seeing like a 35-year-old adult like learning about baseball for the first.
Yeah, very fair.
He never played T-ball. He really has no idea what's going on. So the other day, it's a blowout, 10+ run, and a position player comes in to pick. He had no idea what's going on. And
brother.
So someone's explaining to him how, because he was like, dude, he's the worst pitcher I've ever seen in my life. Like, he was even trying. Everyone was like, dude, he's a position player. And he couldn't understand why. So Stephen Shea proposed a rule, like how there's an emergency third goalie in hockey. There's an emergency pitcher in baseball. And now this is where it goes a step further. And the emergency pitcher is a fan. And now, it sounds like a fun idea, but Everett, what fan takes 110 miles to come back there off the dome and dies like Randy Johnson killed the bird on the
Still one of the craziest things that happened.
It's
no, I don't know if
the
that's
fact that it's the most memorable
even
part
better.
of his
Even better.
career.
Not just the person who threw out the opening pitch. That's the emergency situation. That's who you have to strategically select.
Now what? Now what? That first pitch was Sister Jean. What
You better figure out how to throw a 100-mile-per-hour pass.
What? You know, it would have been interesting to see what George Bush could have potentially done in a World Series start after throwing the
Well,
first
dude, like
pitch.
this is like
It would have been interesting.
what's a Japanese Mariners? Ichiro. Like he did like
That one.
no, but like he's done like an opening pitch too.
I'm sorry, I gotta check.
Like
He's had to have pitched.
makes first.
His first pitch appearance is 2015.
That's crazy. But
The Marlins never let him.
he has done a first pitch before too. Like that would be crazy.
We are ending on this. Look up for your enjoyment. Look up Ichiro Suzuki scrimmages women's softball team. You're welcome.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Weiner-mobile Pod. You can follow me around on Twitter at Everett and at Weiner-mobile Grant. Post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure you check us out there. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and on TikTok at the Weiner-mobile Pod. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Weiner-mobile out.